Oh my God! What? I am the law.
Fucking liberals.
Greg Frazier is a busy man. Rapid fire news from Joseph. And Fangoria announces their 2024 Chainsaw Award nominees.
Oh, it's time for class.
Class is in session!
Roll call! Bueller.
I'm gonna be late for class.
Bueller.
Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm late for class.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
Did you study for the test?
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kimble to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom.
Hello, classmates, and welcome to another episode of Middle Class Film Class. I'm your host for today, Pete.
And I'm
Uh-oh.
Wait.
I'm the Tyler. Meow.
Wow. Okay.
Huh?
Very good.
But that went over so well.
And I'm Joseph.
Yeah. And we have a great show for you today. It's any indication of Tyler's intro over there. What was that?
I don't know. I was just
You
trying
didn't
to spice it up.
Trying new stuff.
Yeah,
Rootin' Tootin' Tyler wasn't didn't do well, so you trying
what
some
do you
new
mean it
characters.
didn't do well? It did fine. A lot of people liked it.
People are saying big things. People are out there.
Yeah,
You know,
it's big
MAGAs,
things.
Proud Boys, what have you.
The crowds were going crazy.
Yeah, there was no crowd.
What?
Slap.
You're sounding more and more like Trump by the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I don't even know how to do a Trump impression.
That was pretty good, though. It was pretty good.
Well,
I did it.
Was that a recommendation from a fan as well?
did you lose a
no,
bet
no.
or something?
Lose a bet? Don't lose a bet. No.
Oh, you did it on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your own
It
volition.
was recommended, but I'm not gonna.
It was recommended. Of course it was. What?
You know what would be great?
We know you so well.
Yeah. I practiced it. I practiced it for over 2 days, man.
In the mirror?
No, in my car.
Oh, okay.
Eye of the Tyler.
I
Yeah,
like the name.
Eye of the Tyler.
I like the name.
Yeah.
Is
You came up
he-
with some good names before we went live. What was it?
Tyler Wren?
Tyler Wren.
Tylo Ren, yeah.
Tylo Wren. There was another one I can't remember.
Tylee? Ty?
No, don't. God.
You don't like Tai Tai?
Riki Tiki Ty?
Here we go. You know what? Actually, you know what? No, this is going to be a good bit. Everyone come up with nicknames for me so I can...
Oh, just for Tyler.
Eye of the Tyler is pretty good though.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was a good one.
I'm not calling you Eye of the Tyler. I'll call you Tyler for short.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Well, anyways, thank you to everyone joining us on YouTube Live and otherwise, and of course to the OG classmates in podcast land. Angie's loving that nickname, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Angie, we need more nicknames, and the execution to boot.
That was improvised, man.
It's going on the.
It was improvised. You
Going on,
just said you practiced it for days.
Well,
You brought a prop. How could you improvise? You brought a prop.
I improvised it in my car.
The glasses were improvised.
That's impossible. You brought them as a prop. You know what improvisation means, right?
I'm not prepared. Really, I'm not prepared.
Pulled it on notebook.
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
Reads from notes.
I'm lightly illiterate. I'm lightly illiterate.
Andrew says toddler Tyler. Another.
I don't even.
How about
How about Tiddlywinks?
Yeah, how about we just stop with this?
I'm thinking- okay,
and
so-
say-
You started it.
so Tater Tot has T's in it.
No.
How about Tater Tot Tyler
You want to know what's
or
funny?
Tyler Tot?
You want to know what's funny is
What?
my grandma used to call me Tyler Tot.
Oh, I knew it. I
Yeah.
knew it. I'm so in touch.
I knew
with
it
your-
the first moment I saw you.
I'm so in touch with the matriarchal branch of your family tree.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
like
it's-
Hereditary.
Yeah. Except I
Less decapitation.
Well, yeah. But it's great. It's great to be back.
I was gonna say, welcome back to the show.
This is kind of like my, it's like my therapy. I need to be back in the studio with you guys talking about this, that, and the other.
Yeah. It's like that meme
And-
says 30-year-old white guys will literally start a podcast instead of just going to therapy.
That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did.
And look where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look where we are.
Joseph shared a milestone with us on the private chat the other day.
What was that?
Oh yeah. Oh, you didn't see it?
He's feigning. He's feigning. He's like, go with the bit.
We, as of September 17th, this month was our first upload of your next.
Yeah.
In 2019.
Yeah.
God damn, that was so long.
5
ago.
years.
Half a decade of my life.
Don't sound too excited about it.
Half a decade of my life.
It's the 52 Saturdays
Yep.
a year times 5. 250.
That's like, 260 Saturdays. Except for,
Saturday afternoons, 4 hours a Saturday.
yeah.
In the middle of the day.
See, here's the thing, though. I would be fine recording on a weeknight. I'd burn a weeknight all day with that. But Tater Tot Tyler can't do that. So we're all beholden to his...
Tater Toddler Tyler can't.
Mike
Swing it.
Tylerson couldn't do it. So here we are on Saturday. You proud of yourself?
I mean, am I proud of myself? Come on, look at me as a person.
I like Eye of the Tyler, though. I think that's a good one.
I think
Yeah,
we
that
can
was
all
a good
agree
one.
that
Yeah.
What was the other one you had that was the Tyler?
Rootin' Tootin' Tyler?
Oh, for the
no,
fan
the
club.
The fans.
The Noe dolls.
No Eat Alls. That's it.
Yeah.
No Eat Alls. That's pretty good too.
Yeah.
What happens when you change your last name though?
We can change your last name.
No.
He was considering it for a while.
Oh. Is it harder to change your last name than it is your first name?
Is it?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
I figured it would probably be harder to change your first name because that's like who you are on a casual level too.
But no one, most people don't go addressed by their last name.
That's what I'm saying. It's just strange, and people do it. There's precedent for the last name.
Mm.
Like you get married, most of the time the woman goes down and gets their last name changed.
Yeah,
They do.
I know. It's incredibly
Certain
difficult. and it
cultures,
doesn't.
you add a second last name.
Yeah.
You have your last name and then the new last name added to
There's
it.
a hyphen.
Had I known better back in 2016, I would have taken Deanna's last name.
What's her last
Joseph
name?
Light.
Yeah.
Her last name is Light.
Yeah,
This is the first time I'm hearing of this.
Joseph-
Wow.
I'm sure I've mentioned it before.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I have poor memory. So.
Yeah. How about you get to know your friends? How about that? How about you don't leave, how about you don't leave it on Joseph to educate you about his wife?
Why?
You see her every Saturday. You never thought to ask, hey, Deanna.
Hey, Hey, Deanna, what's your maiden last name?
Yeah.
That is a weird
That's inappropriate.
When's the last time you...
That's an inappropriate question.
No, it's not.
Yes,
What's
it
your
is.
social number?
Because I know Joseph would be seething. He'd be like, "What the fuck are you saying?"
I would say it is a
It's like, why would you want to know? Why would you want to know?
kind of an odd question. In general.
Exactly.
Unless you're on the subject.
Joseph's on my side.
See, here's the thing, though. That's the type of thing that comes up in casual conversation. If you actually were to strike a conversation with her.
Well, because
When's the last time you went, hey, Deanna, how you been? What's up lately? How's
Don't you
life?
fucking do it.
You stay far away, you motherfucker, you scheming bastard. All right, anyways, we need to get into some news, so let's do some Gab Chatter.
Find some charity, ye lad. Now's the time for Gab Chatter.
Gab Chatter, movie news of the week. Tyler, lead us off.
Okay, well, it's been a week since I've been here.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, because you weren't here last week.
No, it's in 1 week.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
he wasn't here last week, so it's been 2 full weeks.
I get.
Since we saw you, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
a week. All right, whatever.
Don't listen to me. I'm getting into
So
semantics.
there's 3 whole weeks that we.
It's been 3.
How many hours?
1 week in the middle.
Is this
What
that
have
you
I been
weren't there?
doing with
Is
my
this what
whole
a fortnight
time?
is?
Someone say Fortnite?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so this is some terrible, terrible news.
Okay.
The Batman 2. So everyone knows that I loved the Batman with Robert Pattinson, Colin Farrell, and Zoe Kravitz.
Jeffrey Wright.
Just a star-studded.
Paul Dano.
Stars. Yeah, Paul Dano. It's just so great. And we were all on a bated breath on when the Batman 2 is going to come out.
Yeah.
October 2026 is when it's slated to come out.
That's not bad.
Yes, it is. It's
2
bad.
years. 2 years from now, basically.
That's terrible. I want it now. Well, so anyways,
My movie, and I want it now.
this news story is coming off because they're doing a press junket on the Penguin, which is slated to come out this year.
I thought it was out.
It just released yesterday.
It did?
It
Yeah.
just dropped yesterday. It's getting great reviews.
Oh man, I gotta check that out. I thought it was coming out in October for some reason.
Oh, okay.
But that just shows you how
2 weeks to prep.
That just shows
2 weeks to prep this.
That just shows how much of the finger I have on the pulse.
Yeah. On the world of media.
Yeah. Well, so HBO's The Batman spinoff, The Penguin, aired last night. Oh, well.
First time you read the story. Oh my god.
I skimmed it. I just skimmed it because I saw the date of when the release of The Batman 2 is going to
Hear
come
this,
out.
listeners? This is what he thinks of you. This is what you get.
Yeah, this is what you
I
get.
skimmed it.
I skimmed it, yeah. Well, because I wasn't interested in the Penguin, like I was interested in the Batman 2 because that's what the article was talking about. So that's why I was skimming it. I was skimming it for the Batman 2 information.
Okay.
So, anyways. HBO's The Batman spinoff, The Penguin, and last night's on the cable channel and on Max. And as fans can tell, it's not so much a superhero series, shaped much more like a crime show, not unlike The Sopranos. Blah, 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 blah. Let's get to the Batman 2 stuff, which what I was interested in.
Okay.
It's been several years between Batman films. Reeves' first movie came out in 2022, and it'll be 4 years until part 2, which is set to arrive October 2026. That's what I saw initially.
Okay.
Like when I opened up the article, I was like, October 2026?
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Why? So can I interrupt for a second?
Go ahead.
Why is it a bad thing that he takes his time on a movie?
Well, because there's been a lot of time since the production of the Batman to where we are currently right now. And
Sure.
so
Well, when did it get greenlit before the end of the
I don't think so.
run of the first one, or it had greenlit
yeah, it did.
afterwards?
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure it had to have been greenlit. I mean, like the first Joker movie got greenlit like as soon as it got released.
You mean the second Joker movie?
No, yeah, the second one. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the timeline is, but the reason I asked that is like why does that director owe us a movie every year and a half?
That's a good point. Maybe I'm just being a selfish consumer.
Well, also, when you're talking about video games that are rushed out, and everyone's like, hey, get this game out, get the pre-orders out, blah, blah, blah. And then it comes out and it's shit. Everyone's pissed. It's like, do you want a good product or you want a fast product?
See, that's a
Let
conundrum.
the man cook.
I don't
Tyler.
know, because Peter Jackson managed to release 3 Lord of the Rings movies year after year.
Yeah, but there's only one Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson's motherfucking goat.
But it can be done.
And he didn't even stop to mourn his parents' death during production.
Yeah, that's intense.
That's crazy.
But Reeves, he said that the script is finally finished and it's going to be in production next year in 2025. He wouldn't reveal much more, but teased that there's going to be like a time jump between the first one and the second one, which got me really excited because it makes me think that is Robert Pattinson going to go the Christian Bale route where he does like a body transformation and like he like bulks up, he like gets like heavy built? Because that's what I'm thinking. I think that's the direction that they're going with Reeves' Batman series is that because the first one,
right?
The first one is it's not his first year, it's his second year.
Yeah, second year in the suit.
So he's still he was still trying to figure stuff out. I thought that was a really fun concept for a Batman movie that we haven't seen because every Batman movie we have seen, I guess in the like Dark Knight series.
Yeah, Batman Begins
like, but they didn't show him like being like clumsy. Like in, I think one scene in particular.
Yeah, they did.
Kind of like before he gets the suit and he just looks like a home burglar.
Yeah.
Like a SWAT team member. And he goes to Gordon and he jumps and he like injures himself.
Yeah, he falls off the side of the building. He's like, I need to get a paraglider. And he put it in my backpack.
So there's a little bit of struggle.
I mean, I guess, but like, I feel like it was more pontificated in the Batman series that he was just like this like weirdo young person. Unlike Christian Bale, where he went to like the
Himalayas.
Like
Tibet.
goes to the mountains. The mountains of Tibet to train with the League of Shadows. With the Robert Pattinson Batman, you are going into the movie thinking, oh, this is just some rich kid who learned martial arts from his butler. And now
Alfred?
Alfred, who...
Is that canon?
I mean, I don't know.
Alfred is canonically a badass.
Yeah, he is.
He's like undercover freak.
Yeah. I wouldn't characterize him as a freak, but...
Freak of nature.
But canonically, Alfred is like a badass. And so
the second movie is going to be flash forward. Now he's a established billionaire. He's an adult.
He was already a billionaire.
Yeah, but I mean, he's like out in the public eye, like in Dark Knight.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Matt Reeves just copying Christopher Nolan?
No, I don't. I don't.
It's just a Batman movie. I mean,
I don't think. He's...
First off, it's a Batman movie. Second of all, maybe a trilogy. Come on,
Batman Part 3.
The evidence is damning.
So, I was really happy that the script is finally finished because it wasn't in production hell or anything like that, but I know that they were like really like working on it. So I'm very happy that it's actually happening.
Yeah.
And that I wanted to ask you guys this. What Batman villain would you like to see in the Reeves Batman movie? I'm going to go off and say I want to see a Mr. Freeze again.
Oh, bring back Mr. Freeze.
Bring back Mr. Freeze.
I don't know.
I don't know that many Batman villains.
Well, just
Polka Dot Man.
Is that
Calendar Man?
It's a DC villain. I don't know if he's a villain, but he's a character.
just anything off the top of your head?
Condiment Man.
Condiment Man. I've never heard of that one.
Rat Catcher. Pretty much anyone from the Suicide Squad.
Clayface.
Oh, Clayface would be dope. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, that was actually floated online with people theorizing who the next villain was going to be, and everyone said Clayface because with the realism of the Batman that is being portrayed, Clayface could be like this disfigured man who like works in like the sewers.
I think
or like the croc guy.
They've had this character, this villain in as a cameo, I think in both movies, in like Batman Begins and in the Batman. His name is like he's like a slasher butcher guy. This is Victor Zaz or something like that. And he's like he looks like a serial killer. He's got like a bunch of scars on his face.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I think that I feel like he's been in the movies as like oh, there's that guy, but he's not named.
Right.
I think I feel like he's in the Arkham games.
He is.
Yeah, and I think that would be a creepier if they want to go like a creepy route.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
I thought Mr. Freeze would be a good compliment to the first one because in the Batman movie, it's very rainy, and so like the Penguin and like the whole mob aspect of it kind of makes sense.
Well,
Like
it's October, right? It's around Halloween is when it takes place.
His name is Victor Zaz.
Victor Zaz.
Yeah, Victor. I was right. Victor Zaz.
Zazz.
Yeah.
It's a palindrome.
What about the headline of your story?
Yeah, you didn't even mention Greg Fraser.
Greg Fraser might not come back to the production of the Batman 2. Thank you for reminding me. Because he's what made
That's all I give a fuck about this is bring back Greg Fraser. He better come back.
He's a busy man.
I know
So
he is.
like
I don't know if I don't know if he's also gonna be on. Maybe he's busy with Dune Messiah. I don't know.
I was gonna say he's just got too many. He's lined up.
Yeah, he's an incredible DP, and I hope he comes back. But there's no confirmation that he's coming back.
Yeah, it's too early right now.
Sort of related. I saw this like I think it was like a Twitter post of the because they used the volume in lieu of like a green screen for like the big cityscapes in the Batman. And I think like it was like the VFX guy. As a reference, he used the cityscape they used in the room on the rooftop.
Yeah.
As a reference for the cityscape in the Batman.
I see the similarity
Because if you look at that, it's like
It's
it actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like that's like the highest production quality moment in the room, and then the roof is obviously like a soundstage.
Oh, Greg, you're driving me crazy.
That's so funny that was used
I know.
as a reference point for.
I mean, it tickled me pink when I heard that.
But it is also funny because I was pretty sure that they had actually shot those scenes and then like shot the cityscapes like and not like digitally added them.
Oh, I see.
Because that's what I was under the impression of. That's what I thought I heard.
It looked like it to me, but what do I know?
Maybe they just altered it further.
Pray I don't alter it further.
after they shot it.
Yeah. So I mean, I always like seeing the Batman 2 news. I was not happy that it's coming out in 2026. I don't even know if I'm going to be alive in 2026. Who knows? Are we going to be alive in 2026 of October?
I hope so.
You know, we had a very similar type of story back when the Batman was being in production because
oh my God,
we were
yes,
talking.
we did.
I
remember
the beginning of COVID, and then we were all bummed that it had halted production after shooting 30% of the movie.
And then Robert Pattinson got the 19 as well.
And then he was stuck in that hotel room microwaving pasta and like concocting those ridiculous food items.
Great story. Little bit about Victor Zaz. His trademark is that he carves a tally mark into his flesh for each kill. And he has special tallies for big kills that are across his face, the big vertical ones across his face. So
I think that'd be
cool.
It's pretty sadistic.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, he's in the Arkham Asylum games too.
Yeah.
The Batman wasn't rated R, right?
No.
No.
I
think it was.
Was it?
I don't know.
I thought
Thumb drive.
Maybe it was.
PG-13. Nope.
PG-13. No, we need an R-rated Batman movie.
We don't need a Batman where Batman goes down on the first date.
Yeah. I completely agree with that. So anyways, I mean, that's my only news story. But Pete, you didn't even answer my question, though.
I said Clayface.
Oh,
I said Clayface.
I agree.
he said Clay.
I agreed.
Oh, so you're just picking it back off him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's the best choice.
All right. Well, that I relinquish my time then.
Great. Joseph, what do you got?
Well, quickly, I do want to mention that I met up with Adam today.
Oh, yeah? You went to his thing?
Yeah, I went to his little pop-up.
I was so close to going out there. I just got too much stuff to do this morning. Sorry, Adam. I was going to buy some tapes off of you.
Yeah, I walked, chatted him up, and he mentioned something. Maybe I don't want to like I don't want to confirm or deny anything. He mentioned something about a screening that may or may not be happening physically, a physical version of
what the fuck?
screening, not a streamable thing, a in-person event.
Nice.
May or may not be happening.
Okay, Sacramento.
Sacramento, yes.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
I did walk away with the tape, Mystery Men on VHS.
Haven't seen it.
Classic Ben Stiller, Bizarro Avengers movie. And then I also walked away with this Fear Factory shirt.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Fear Factory shirt, the band
Yeah,
Fear Factory.
The band.
You like them?
I do now. I was like, well, I'll just put them on the car so I won't be a poser.
That's funny.
They're pretty good. They got something like 90s industrial metal.
All right.
I think they had they did a cover of "Here in My Car."
Yeah, I listened to that on the way over.
Oh, it's dope.
Cars, yeah. Here in my car. Safe
feel
all
so-
alone.
yeah.
Or something like that.
Taken to you if you open my door in
Cars.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, good to see him.
Oh, I still got Rust Coal up there. You might want to kill that.
Oh, Tyler.
Oh, wait, I'm still rust.
Yeah.
Still rest on. I mean, let's fix
Time's a flat circle.
Yeah,
fix
let's get
that real
Garrett
quick.
on there. He has Rust.
Whoops. Whoopsie. Where are you?
Right there.
There you are. There he is.
Hey, cool.
As far as the actual news stories, just got a few stories here. I'm just gonna go through real quickly.
Machine gun us.
Read a little bit. So Emil Hirsch, we talked about him a lot back in the early days of the podcast as well. We
did?
We were hung up on his name, Emil. Emil Hirsch of Into the Wild fame says John Belushi, the director of the John Belushi biopic, was stupid for asking him to gain 100 pounds before that film was greenlit.
What are you, stupid?
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you, stupid?
And this is basically a story time, and the director literally said, just gain the weight and then we'll make the movie.
Without any...
Trust me, bro.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Just trust me. Yeah.
Just ruin your health.
Without any legal obligation.
Yeah. And before the movie was a go. Before it was like, yeah, we're gonna make it next week.
I'm writing a script right now. Just gain the weight.
Gain the weight, we'll
Get
make the
ahead.
movie. It'll be greenlit, I promise. You won't gain 100 pounds for no reason.
Speaking of gaining weight for a role, Sebastian Stan was said he had to gain 20 pounds in 3 months for the role of Donald Trump in The Apprentice.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I saw that and I was like, 20 pounds in 3 months? That's just like eating like a normal person will do that for you for like a movie star.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
Cheeseburgers, milkshakes.
well, so what?
Melted
He's like,
Haagen-Dazs.
I was eating like a fucking pig. I looked at him like, shit, I ate that yesterday. Jesus Christ.
I gained 20 pounds yesterday.
Do you know what? Well, Christian Bale, he went into Batman Begins.
Back to Batman.
After he went into Batman Begins after he was done with The Machinist, and everyone knows like the drastic weight gain from The Machinist to Batman Begins, and so his regimen was melting ice cream and
Yes,
drinking
it. Yeah.
Drinking
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah, we talked about
Bradley
that.
Cooper's for American Sniper.
Oh, really?
That's what he did for American Sniper.
Interesting.
But
Again,
if you want to
just a
gain
normal meal for most Americans.
You don't melt your Haagen-Dazs?
melting ice cream and drinking it.
When's the last time you had a bowl of ice cream liquid? Just slurping a bowl.
Just, it's like drinking cereal milk, but
Hell yeah.
just that, but
Yep.
just that all the time.
Oh,
Hell
God.
yeah.
Sounds like torture.
Emil Hirsch then went on to say, I'm like, gain the weight and then we'll make the movie. How about let's make the movie and then I'll gain the weight? I'd be the biggest sucker in the known universe to go and gain like 100 pounds.
100 pounds that's a tall ass.
That's a lot of
he
weight.
weighed,
That's a lot.
He weighed
100
approximately,
pounds.
Belushi weighed approximately 230 pounds. The girth is a big part of the look,
And Emil at 165 is like, I'm gonna get bigger than Belushi.
I know.
Bigger than Belushi. Great band name.
Bigger than
Bigger
Belushi.
than Belushi.
There's all kinds of tricks and transformations. Ultimately, you have to get to the spirit of him first, the character or the person. The most important thing, you could gain hundreds of pounds, and if you don't capture that, no one's going to give a shit anyway. It's kind of annoying, though, because people are automatically so obsessed with the weight. I've just started to tell people that I'm going to lose weight for the role. That we're doing a creative interpretation of the part where Belushi's just rail thin in our version.
The fuck?
I'm telling people this with a straight face and just seeing their reaction.
That's a okay.
That's a creative choice there.
That's a Gyllenhaal move right there.
Yeah, I mean he's just joking, basically.
I know.
about that.
Gyllenhaal goes. I've seen a couple interviews with him where he's on talk shows, and they're like, "So am I pronouncing that right, Gyllenhaal?" And he's like, "It's actually Gyllenhaal," and it's not. He's just fucking with them.
Yeah.
I think he's a weirdo. I like it.
Back to Marty Supreme.
Oh, yeah, cool.
The A24 ping pong biopic directed by Josh Safdie, the half of the Safdie brothers. Josh Safdie. Last time I talked about this, Gwyneth Paltrow joined the cast along with Timothée Chalamet who's playing the titular Marty Supreme. Okay. And now, in addition to the cast, is Tyler the Creator making his film debut.
Finally.
In an A24 movie, which seems appropriate.
Yeah.
And the story of Marty Supreme is a fictionalized original feature with official plot details that are being kept under wraps. However, Variety has previously reported that the film may be loosely inspired by the life of Marty Reisman, a ping pong champion who won 22 major ping pong titles from 1946 to 2002.
Cool.
And 5 bronze medals at the World Table Tennis Championships across his career. So
he's an American?
His name's Marty Reisman.
That's weird. That's weird.
Marty Reisman.
Americans don't generally do well in ping pong.
Reisman died in 2012, but he was competing all the way up to 2002.
This guy is a piece of shit.
From 1946 to 2002.
But yeah, rest in peace, I guess.
It's a bold statement. We know nothing about it.
I can already tell by the name.
Poor Marty, man.
But yeah, it will be Josh Safdie's first film since Uncut Gems. Chalamet was previously rumored to be starring in Safdie's yet untitled Netflix film, co-written with his brother, Benny Safdie. Adam Settler was set to be the lead alongside Megan Thee Stallion, with the film taking place in the world of sports memorabilia.
Oh, interesting.
So kind of like Uncut Gems with sports stars in it.
Well, what's Tyler the Creator's involvement? Like, what?
He's an actor.
He's an actor in
He's
it?
going to be an actor.
That's literally what I said.
He's cast in the movie.
Yeah, he's
sorry,
making.
I wasn't paying attention.
He's making his film debut.
Because when you said film debut, I was thinking because he was supposed to direct a movie coinciding with his release of Wolf and his film Wolf. And there's actually a trailer for that said film, but it never happened.
They made the trailer, but they never released the movie.
Now they have Wolves with Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
Yeah.
Like bookshelves.
I guess so.
Woofs.
So when I heard what,
It's a wolf. It's a werewolf.
Shouldn't it be wolves?
Yeah.
Wolves,
Wolves.
Yeah.
Wolves.
Maybe it's their last name.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know.
Maybe they're brothers.
But I'm glad because like like a lot of the music videos that Tyler the Creator has been in for his music, he has directed himself. Like he had a big hand in his music videos.
Well, he had the Loiter Squad and a bunch of stuff on Adult Swim that was like kind of like sketch prank comedy shows type of stuff.
Kind of, yeah.
But
it's kind of like a Gen X, or no, not Gen X. I don't even know what the generations are anymore. Like a millennial, a Gen Z jackass. That's what Loiter Squad I thought was.
Although Gen Z wasn't really, I don't know if they were old enough to be watching that stuff when it was that. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, Tyler the Creator joining the cast of this Josh Safdie movie. And then quickly just
I won't comment on it.
We talked about AI a lot on the show and how bad it is in the creative world. But now it's against the law in California to use AI to replace an actor.
Yeah.
So big win.
Nice. Love it.
Big win. AI continues to get worse and worse every time I hear about it.
In what way?
Just taking jobs, and I know
Is it really taking jobs though?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Brianna's lost work because of AI already.
Seriously.
Yeah,
we've had this discussion many times
on the show and outside the show too.
Okay.
Microsoft,
Let me unload in you.
Microsoft just invested a bunch of money into the nuclear powering to power the AI that they're using to fund jobs or create or take other people's jobs.
Shout Factory was under a lot of scrutiny recently for hiring on an AI creative who supposedly what they're saying is that it's going to be for some sort of like sourcing or like planning, not actual like creative creation, but I highly doubt that.
Yeah.
bullshit.
So it continues to destroy the world that we live in.
Yeah.
Bullshit artist.
Well, I mean, what? I mean,
Here we
like,
go.
Tyler on the side of corporate shilling again. As
no,
usual.
it's not.
Bootlicking.
It's not corporate shilling. I agree with the philosophy of AI is bad.
No,
I
you
agree
don't.
with.
No, you don't. Because
But
you said why.
it sounds like there's a but after that.
There is a but.
Okay. What is it?
The but is that it's. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. It was an inevitability, just like Mr. Smith said in The Matrix. It was an inevitability.
and the hero of the Matrix, the Smith. It was an inevitability, and they just lay down and died, right? In the
And then we
Matrix.
watched The Matrix 4. Did Neo really actually conquer the Matrix? No, because it still exists. Like, I mean, I don't agree philosophically about AI, and I hate that it's taking people's work away and jobs.
But
And
fuck it, it's gonna happen anyway. So why fight it?
I'm not saying but fuck it. I'm just saying
Guillermo del Toro had a nice long, like an hour-long conversation about AI. It was either hour-long or like 30 minutes or something. But he was talking about with like another, I don't know, it was a podcast or whatever. It was like a live show on a stage.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the great quote that I remembered from it is he said, AI has done something that's never been able to be proven before, which is show the value or prove the existence of a human soul. Because I've seen art with the soul and I've seen art from a computer.
Guillermo said that.
Guillermo said
That's a very wow.
Yeah, good
That's
stuff.
a very profound statement.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just glad that it's illegal now in California to, what is it?
To replace an actor.
Oh, without their permission or something?
I think wasn't Scarlett Johansson like she was belly aching about her
Voice.
her voice being used by AI. I mean, I'm glad that it's illegal. Like, thank God that at least one state was able to be on the forefront of combating the
The state that makes
corporations.
movies.
Yeah, exactly.
The state that makes movies. Yeah.
Well, good.
Where the industry is held, basically.
I mean, like, is it made into law right now, or was it just introduced like into like
think
the
it's
chamber of whatever?
According to the headline, it's now illegal.
All right, well, good.
And that's coming from
Good.
IndieWire.
Cool.
Thank you, Newsom.
And then, sort of quickly, the 28 years later has actually happened. It's been filmed, and it's been shot on an iPhone 15 Pro Max
Cool.
with some
They didn't
attachments.
have the budget for a regular camera.
No, they're cutting corners.
we can
were just
afford the
u-
lenses.
Like, I don't know about the Danny
They
Boyle
just,
guy.
But
they
we
just-
can-
They just went to some PA and they're just like, "Hey, get your phone out of your pocket."
Did you bring your phone? Is it charged?
Is it charged?
It's charged. That's so funny.
Yeah, they shot it on an iPhone 15. For what reason? I don't know. Was that
Because of budgetary.
No, that's not why.
Is it sponsored by Apple, maybe?
The most expensive iPhone commercial for the previous generation iPhone. Now that the 16 is out, I saw that and I was like, "Is that supposed to be enticing to me? Is that a selling point?"
It's interesting at the very least.
It would be interesting if it
caught
was
my attention.
It would be interesting if it was 2010.
Yeah.
A 2010 iPhone.
No, if it was the year 2010.
Oh,
I still think it would be great if they were to use the Nokia brick phone as the
Yeah, or
camera on that.
if they use the different not iPhone, which can shoot log, it can shoot ProRes, I think, with some attachments, and then it can shoot up to 4K, and I'm sure they can download an app and it can upscale it to something else.
then you can also look at Instagram.
Yeah,
While
between
you're-
PAs over there craning their head on the attachments.
What are you doing?
Oh,
He's
sorry.
like swiping right, swiping left, multitasking.
Killian Murphy's like, what the fuck is that? People on Instagram.
Yeah,
28 years later. So, are they gonna continue the series? Are we gonna get 28 decades later?
I don't know.
28
I hate
centuries later.
I hate the pigeonholed naming convention they've got themselves in. It's I think 28 days later. Okay, that works. 28 weeks later. All right. Okay.
All right. I'll believe it.
28 years. Okay, now it's just a joke. Now we're just.
You think it's a?
Now we're just making
I
a
think
jo-
It's not that bad.
I mean, I think it's the.
It's a good trilogy.
I mean, I guess it is a trilogy, but I don't know. It's just 28. It's a joke that people make, like what's the next one going to be? 28 decades later, 28 centuries later, and then it is that.
Or they do 28 minutes later.
28 like they should have done 28 months, 28 years, 28 decades, 28 centuries.
Well, if it's 28 decades, 280 years in the future, it would be like Jason X, where the zombies are in space.
Yeah,
That's what I was
And then
thinking,
28
Jason
centuries,
X.
they would be fully living in space.
Yeah.
28 eons.
280 years, we will all be in space. Earth will be a
No, I won't.
distant memory.
I refuse to go to space. I will never go to space. I will die on this godforsaken rock.
Well, you ain't gonna.
Well, you got no choice. You are going to die in this round.
Yeah.
I ain't got no choice.
But yeah, I don't know. I think I just feel like they
I
could have
like
done
the-
something else.
I like the fun naming conventions of series. Like they have Now You See Me, and then they did Now You See Me 2, but they should have been Now You Don't.
Now you see me, now you don't.
Yeah, it should have been that.
Yeah.
now
then-
you don't see me.
Yeah. And then Ready or Not is
Yeah.
coming out with the sequel. They had the opportunity to do Here I Come. And they did, and they chose
That would not be a good
and they
title.
chose not to.
Yeah. Ready or not, subtitle, here I come.
Yeah, exactly. Because Beetlejuice is Beetlejuice.
Stupid name.
Fucking great. And the third one, when the third one happens,
Guess what? You would never guess what the next one's going to be called.
I'm that dickhead that when someone says, I went and saw Beetlejuice 2, I'm like, oh, I heard that movie. For Beetlejuice. Is that what you're talking about? Beetlejuice?
Yeah. It's like those word puzzles you see where it's like it's like it's a play on words, but it's like the word one is next to a bunch of it was a word next to many. It's like one too many. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like Beetlejuice Cube, Beetlejuice Zero. We're gonna go to the cube.
Well, the third one, they're going to just summon him. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Isn't that the premise of the movies anyway?
That's the thing, though. Anyways,
Yeah.
you good?
No, yeah, I am good. No, I'm not good.
I'm not
I'm not good. 28 years later.
But AI is illegal now in the state
we're
of
going
California.
back to this. We're going back
So
to
it's
this.
28 years later.
28 years later.
So what year is it?
The first one was...
What year is it?
Well, wasn't 28 days later in like
02.
Oh, okay.
So it would be 2030. So it'd be
Okay.
slightly set in the future.
Yeah, I mean,
Are we still in London or England?
That's London is gone now.
yeah, it's done.
Yeah, it's dead.
It's gone.
It's sunk into the ocean.
It burned up.
No, in 28 weeks later, or months later, or whatever it was.
It's weeks.
28 days, weeks,
It's days, weeks, and years.
days,
Yeah.
weeks, and years.
They should have gone.
Why did they do months?
Well, because
It's only 2 years.
Yeah, it is.
Cillian Murphy aged up since then. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. I don't care. I love Danny. I think Danny Boyle's probably one of the most underrated, currently active directors today.
Oscar-winning Danny Boyle.
Well, when people talk about like great directors, he never gets talked about.
No,
He's
because
got a fucking fantastic catalog.
his height of mainstream popularity was Slumdog Millionaire.
That's right.
Was it?
That's
I mean, that's
right.
what he won for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
was all-
fucking swept the Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swept the Oscars. It was like.
But I mean, just literally just go down and take your pick from his catalog, and you're probably gonna find a banger.
Yeah.
You know, I watched Trance from him a few years back, and was like, "What is this? Never heard of it before."
What the hell is this?
Killer movie. Great twist,
Danny Boyle. He's from London.
as you might imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good.
Yep.
Okay, it's cool. So my news stories. I'm going to talk about the Fangoria Awards, and I thought that this had just came out, but apparently what they do is they do a halfway point in the season. So the Oscars, the cutoff is January. Right, it has to have a
Is it January?
Has to have a theatrical release within the year of the prior year.
Before January?
Yeah, before January.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next, and it's like calendar year start, you're in the next Oscars. That's why January is considered the dumping ground for movies.
Yeah.
You get these.
The Oscar baity movies.
No, that's December. January is the shit show movies that did not make it into the Oscars.
Oh,
So those get released, and you're like, oh, this is a February release. Yike! My
President's Day?
first couple
My
movies.
President's Day.
First couple movies I saw in theater this year were pretty rough.
Wasn't that was it President's Day?
Founders Day.
Founders Day.
Founders Day. Ugh. So for the Fangoria Awards, what they do, and this is sorry, it's not the Fangoria Awards, it's the Chainsaw Awards by Fangoria. Yeah, so
Presented by Fangoria.
correct. And what they do is they cut it right down the middle of the year. So it goes from January of 2020 or July of 2023 till June of 2024. So everything that's released the last half of this year is going to be on next year's awards. So I'm going to read the nominees, and if we've seen enough of them, maybe we can figure out who we think is going to win in each category. I'm going to skip achievements in nonfiction because I haven't heard any of those. Best cinematography: The First Omen, I Saw the TV Glow, In a Violent Nature, Infinity Pool, and Poor Things.
Infinity Pool? That came out like 2 years ago.
Didn't Poor Things come out like a couple years ago, too?
That came out last year. But it already went through the awards.
Infinity Pool 2023.
It must have been the very beginning of 2023. I feel like it came out almost 2 years ago.
Let's see.
I'm afraid it's been
January
almost
2023.
2 years.
Oh, yeah. So it was the very beginning of...
Yeah, interesting. So anyways, it's in the running. So Infinity Pool, Poor Things, Violent Nature, In a Violent Nature, I Saw the TV Glow with The First Omen. What do you think?
For best cinematography?
Cinematography. What do you think?
Poor Things.
Think so?
If Poor Things is in that category, I was going to say Violent Nature, but
Poor Things won like an Academy or was nominated at the Academy.
It won a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty good.
It's kind of unfair.
I feel like more set design and costume design for that. I'm going to go with The First Omen.
No.
Okay.
No.
They're wrong.
Okay.
That's my choice. Tyler hasn't seen it.
I don't care if it's wrong.
No, I have not.
So moving on. Best costume design: First Omen, Immaculate, Late Night with the Devil, Lisa Frankenstein, or Poor Things.
Poor Things.
That's absolutely Poor Things for sure. Best creature effects: Evil Dead Rise, Five Nights at Freddy's, Infested, The Last Voyage of the Demeter, or Megan.
I've only seen a few of those. Not Megan.
Not Megan?
No. It's just a child.
It's a simple child.
What were the...
Evil Dead Rise, Five Nights at Freddy's, Infested, Last Voyage of the Demeter, or Megan. Best creature effects.
I feel like Demeter, but I haven't seen it. But
I'm gonna go with Evil Dead Rise. There's some pretty good
there's more than one. There's more than just the mom, right?
Yeah, there's the kids turn at some point, and there's some definite some very good practical stuff there.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my pick. Evil Dead Rise. Best director: Brandon Cronenberg for Infinity Pool, Lee Cronin for Evil Dead Rise, Danny and Michael Philippou for Talk to Me, Damien Rugna for When Evil Lurks, and Arkasha Stevenson for The First Omen. That's a good one.
For directing, I think
the
Philippou's was their debut.
Mm-hmm. They did good.
Feature debut. They're pretty good. Cronenberg.
I'm gonna go Cronenberg.
I would say if it was Possessor, I would say Cronenberg, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Well,
but Infinity Pool, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Still Infinity Pool?
Yeah, Cronenberg.
Okay, Cronenberg. Best first feature: The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster, Birth Rebirth, It Lives Inside, Skinamarink, or Stop Motion.
The Philippous aren't in that?
I know. That's why I said, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
That seems like a big swing and a miss.
Say them again?
Stop Motion, Skinamarink, It Lives Inside, Birth Rebirth, and The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster.
I've seen Skinamarink and one other one, but
Birth Rebirth?
No.
Stop Motion?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it.
I'm gonna go with Birth Rebirth. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I can see why people really love it. It's the concepts are great and it's executed pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Skinamarink, boldest directing.
Yeah, most divided audience.
Yeah.
Skinamarink. All right. Best international movie: The Coffee Table, Exuma, Infested, Wesera the Bone Woman, or When Evil Lurks.
I've only seen When Evil Lurks, so that one.
I think that is gonna take it. It's pretty fantastic.
I've heard so many mixed things about The Coffee Table.
Really? Yeah, me too. Yeah. I don't know anything about it. I have no idea what the plot is. Nothing.
But it was terrible, but I also heard it was great, so I don't know what to believe.
It lit up cinematics. Okay, and then best lead performance: Tobin Bell for Saw X, David Desmalchin for Late Night with the Devil, Caitlin Dever for No One Will Save You, Nell Tiger Free for The First Omen, Catherine Newton for Lisa Frankenstein, Lupita Nyong'o for Quiet Place Day One, Emma Stone for Poor Things, Lily Sullivan for Evil Dead Rise, Sydney Sweeney for Immaculate, and Sophie Wilde for Talk to Me.
It's a lot of nominations.
I know. They doubled it. I think there's 10 in this.
I feel like are these people actually going to be at these awards?
I don't know.
Because it seems like a big poll to get Emma Stone.
Maybe they put her in. Yeah, they put her in just for that.
I don't know. It seems like it'd be a fun time.
It would be. I'm gonna go with Nell Tiger Free. That's why I hope it wins. Even though I think if this is an even playing field, Emma Stone.
So say the first few again.
Tobin Bell, Saw X, David Desmalchian, Late Night with the Devil.
Oh yeah.
Caitlin Dever, No One Will Save You. What a great list though, and it's male and female together. Best lead performance.
Yeah, I guess it's co-ed.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8. There's 8 female, 2 male in this category.
Tobin and David.
Yeah. Take a pick.
Yeah, I would say David Desmalchian.
Okay. Yeah, he did pretty good.
Yeah.
I just don't think he had enough to work with in the role. I liked the movie, I think, a little bit more than I liked his performance. Okay, so I'm skipping that one. Best makeup effects. We already talked about that. Actually, well,
No, we didn't.
best makeup effects. It's different than the creature effect. Abigail, Evil Dead Rise, In a Violent Nature, Talk to Me, and When Evil Lurks.
I've seen all of those.
I think When Evil Lurks. That is one of the most disgusting, wet, squelchy, pustule-filled
Yeah.
movies.
That one's pretty good.
And there's a lot of them. There's not just the one creature.
Fat fucking.
That fucking guy. Yeah, I'm going to go Evil Lurks. We'll go best screenplay. First Omen, Infinity Pool, Late Night with the Devil, Megan, or Talk to Me. Definitely not Megan.
I haven't seen Late Night with the Devil, but I know what the movie is about. I would probably go with that. That's a very original concept that I've never even thought about before.
Okay.
Can't in good conscience give that movie any awards.
I know. I know you can't.
Screenplay. I say Talk to Me.
Oh, because of the AI thing. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Talk to Me might be good. I think it fits a little bit more of a traditional structure to the screenplay. I think if anything, Infinity Pool stands out a little bit amongst the crowd.
Oh, is Infinity Pool in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Infinity Pool. Okay. Okay, and then best supporting performance, and then we'll get to the streaming picks. Best supporting performance: Dave Bautista, Knock at the Cabin Door; Joe Bird, Talk to Me. I think that's the little brother that gets beat up.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
brutal.
Nicolas Cage, Renfield; Mia Goth, Infinity Pool; Catherine Newton for Abigail; Bridget Lundy Payne for I Saw the TV Glow; Dwayne Perkins for The Blackening; Dan Stevens for Abigail; Alyssa Sutherland for Evil Dead Rise; and Alicia Weir for Abigail. That's a tough one. Dave Bautista, Joe Bird, Nick Cage. I'm gonna go Nick Cage. I know it's stupid. It's like he's the name on the list.
I like Bautista's character in Knock at the Cabin.
Yeah. I just loved Cage doing basically. What's his name?
He was. I mean, yeah, he was
Bela Lugosi's Dracula.
Yeah.
But through a modern lens.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that as well, actually.
And then lastly, best wide release movie. Just best movie wide release. Abigail, Evil Dead Rise, First Omen, Godzilla -1, Infinity Pool, Late Night with the Devil, Megan, Satanic Hispanics, Talk to Me, and When Evil Lurks.
Oh.
You guys know my pick.
Do I?
Yeah, Godzilla -1.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, best movie.
Why is that even on there?
Doesn't seem accurate.
Doesn't matter.
Don't care. Best special effects, Godzilla -1.
You don't question Fangoria.
Yeah, don't question G-Man.
No, Violent Nature. That was a wide release, wasn't it?
No, it was super. I had to travel 5 towns over to get to it.
Jesus Christ.
You had to go to Natomas.
Yeah, that's 5 towns, baby.
Yeah,
It's like 20 minutes.
I have 4. I pass by 6 movie theaters to get there.
No, you don't.
Sure.
I wish there was 6 theaters options in the area.
Yeah. 2 in Elk Grove, 1 in South Sac.
I feel like
Arden.
There's one in South Sac?
Yeah. It's a Regal on Center Parkway.
I feel like -1 is just kind of a
that's right.
random.
Yeah, there is.
Just randomly just throw it in there.
Yeah, I know.
Out of the,
That's what I'm picking.
say it again. Besides -1.
Abigail, Evil Dead Rise, First Omen, Godzilla, Infinity Pool, Late Night with the Devil, Megan, Satanic Hispanics, Talk to Me, and When Evil Lurks.
Evil Lurks.
When Evil Lurks?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. There you have it, folks. We're going to tally the votes, and we'll see who wins. Tyler, you're not in the running.
No, I am not.
Now you need to make a guess.
No. Well,
No,
he
because
can't.
I haven't.
He hasn't seen any of them.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't seen any.
Oh, I forgot you don't like movies.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so let's get right to some streaming picks.
Swing.
Movies.
Want to watch a movie?
Yes, I do. Disney Plus. Oh, HBO Max.
If I don't get the pick, show's over.
I have grown accustomed to Hulu Plus.
Amazon Prime.
I like Netflix.
You found the pick.
Streaming picks, movies that we watch on our streaming services this week that you can watch too. Joseph or Tyler, lead us off.
Okay, I'm gonna start off with an anti-streaming pick that I watched.
All right,
and so this movie is called. It was released in 2012. It's called The Conspiracy.
The Conspiracy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Conspiracy.
It's a
conspiracy.
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 It's the actual word conspiracy. The conspiracy.
Yeah, The Conspiracy.
Okay.
It's a faux documentary about conspiracy theories that takes a horrific turn after the filmmakers uncover an ancient and dangerous secret society.
Okay.
I picked it out based on this is streaming for free with ads on YouTube, and I picked it out because the poster looked pretty cool. I thought, wow, this is gonna be a.
Tyler, get on that mic.
I thought this was gonna be a like a ghost story or something like that.
Okay.
It is not, and it starts out very cringe, very, very cringe.
Okay.
It has a very terrible CGI recreation of the 9/11 attacks,
Oh, okay.
and it made me laugh.
So this is post 9/11.
Post 9/11.
Okay.
It standing at 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb, which had me floored because it is a very cringy movie. It has the subject matter of
9/11.
Yes, there it is.
9/11, but it's about this. So the movie starts out with this kind of crazy guy who lives in an apartment which he has no business affording in New York, and he has a bunch of like newspaper clippings and stuff. And so these documentary filmmakers, they are interviewing him because they see him out on the street, like over by like Wall Street, because he's touting about like 9/11 was an inside job. Like there's this, secret society, whatever. And so the intent is like they're going to film him and try to solidify his legitimacy with his theories.
Okay.
Now, the turn is that one of the documentary crew starts finding a pattern with what he was saying out on the street with his like megaphone,
Okay.
And so he becomes obsessed with it, and they're filming it the whole time.
And you said that this is a mockumentary?
Yeah, it's
It's a fake documentary?
yeah, it's like a faux documentary.
So it's all scripted?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. And the acting is not great, but I'm a sucker for like conspiracy theory stuff, but in the sense of I find it as a form of entertainment rather than taking it seriously.
Okay.
It's kind of like when like some people take that stuff seriously and they go crazy about it. And so I find the subject matter entertaining. And they basically at the halfway point of the movie, they figure out that there is this secret society that is controlling all of these world major events.
Okay.
Like they find a pattern like with the dates of all the world major events. And they make contact with someone who was on the secret society, and they infiltrate it. I mean, you can kind of infer what happens in the end. One of the guys gets murdered.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, it's
Oh my
so
God!
it's so
What?
it's so
Who could have known?
It's so blatantly obvious, and like they don't tie other ends of the story that they're presenting. I thought the idea was interesting, but they didn't really like play on like the interesting ideas that they were presenting. They were just trying to move the plot forward at a breakneck speed. Maybe because of budget reasons. I don't know.
Are you mad about this whole thing because they're posers?
I
Is
don't
this like a poser documentary? It's not fake. It's not real.
No, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just saying that there's a lot because of my fondness for the entertaining aspect of conspiracy theories. There is a lot more to it. It's kind of like I'm not comparing it to the X-Files, but I'm comparing it in the subject matter with the X-Files, where like they play on it a little bit more to make you interested in it. This is just a breakneck speed of, oh, there's a secret society. Oh, we're gonna infiltrate it. And then stuff goes down. Like there's no build up to the infiltration or anything. It just happens.
Okay.
So
not believable.
No.
Okay.
Definitely not believable. Definitely not believable, but I don't need it to be believable, but I would like it to be a little bit more compelling. So that if you want to laugh at 9/11 stuff, go watch this movie.
Okay.
So that's The Conspiracy. You can check that out on YouTube.
What year is that? Did that come out?
2012.
Okay.
But for my actual streaming pick, I revisited The Big Lebowski.
Oh, okay.
That's streaming on Amazon Prime. I hadn't seen it in a very long time. And I was just sitting at my computer, and it just came up on my feed. And I thought to myself...
My feed? What do you mean? What feed?
What is
what I just said, Amazon Prime.
No, you said you were sitting at your computer. And
Yeah,
it came up on your thing. I just wanted to see.
Well,
it's on the homepage of Amazon.
Exactly.
And you said, I'm going to watch that movie.
Because I wanted to watch a movie. And so I booted up the old Amazon Prime. And it was
it
was the first movie recommended to me. And I thought to myself, you know what? I haven't seen this movie in like 5 years or so. So I turned it on. This is by the Coen brothers. I said on Letterboxd, I don't really have a cathartic or insightful review of this film, other than that the film is perfect. The film really made me embrace the free will I have as a human being. Acting, writing, just everything is lightning in a bottle. A+ and a report. This movie is definitely, I would say, considered a perfect movie. There is no lull in the movie. There was no time where my attention was diverted to something else. I really, really enjoyed Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Steve Buscemi. It's star-studded cast.
Peter Stormare,
Julianne Moore, just Philip Seymour Hoffman, who is one of my favorite actors. Rest in peace.
Tara Reid
as Bunny. Yeah. I'm not going to even describe what this movie is about because everyone knows who's listening to this show.
John
knows
Turturro.
He pissed on your fucking rug.
Yeah. That is an act of aggression from the. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get canceled. But
Two things about that movie that I love that I've seen mentioned online is that almost all of the stuff that the dude says is mentioned by a different character earlier in the movie.
Is it really? I didn't notice that.
So when he's checking out, he's getting the half and half at the beginning of the movie, writing the check for 69 cents or whatever. For the half and half.
That's right. Yeah.
George Bush Sr., George H.W. is on screen and he says, "This is an act of aggression, and this aggression will not stand."
Oh my God, I didn't even make that connection.
About Desert Storm or whatever.
Yeah.
And then later on he goes, "This is an act of aggression, man, and it cannot stand."
Yeah, it cannot stand.
And then half the stuff that Walter says, he quotes later on in the movie, you know?
Yeah.
And then the other thing, too, that I thought was interesting is that Walter is actually right about almost everything that he says.
Yeah.
She's a strumpet. She was money all over town. She probably kidnapped herself, dude.
Yeah.
And then he's just a dickhead. And there's a fucking perfect quote in that I've quoted in life to many people. Said, "You're not wrong. You're just an asshole."
You're not wrong, man. You're just an asshole.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or you're out of your element.
Donnie, you're out of your element. You're like a child, wanders into the room.
Yeah, you're like a child who wanders in the room. So just so many quotes like from that movie that just tickles me. And so I am glad that I rewatched it. and I think it ages like a fine wine. So I'm not gonna rewatch it for many, many years. Like I'm just gonna wait because like, I mean, I can watch. I mean, I used to watch The Lighthouse nearly every day, and now I set it on the shelf. And so that's what the Big Lebowski is it's a wine that I sit on the shelf and I put it on for a special occasion.
Great.
Other than that, I didn't really watch a whole lot. I've been very.
Hey, you get 2.
I've been very.
And half of the Joker.
That's right. I did. I wanted to point.
No.
I wanted to make that point that I started watching half the Joker, and okay, fine, move along.
Started watching half the Joker.
30 minutes of this rewatch, and I'm not liking it as much as the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, and then the movie we're gonna review.
No. You can't streaming pick the movie.
I'm not. No, I
reviewing.
I wasn't streaming picking it. I was just telling you I watched that one as well.
All right, Joseph, what do you got?
I have a few. Did I mention Filth last week?
No.
Okay, I meant to. So I have a bunch of rewatches.
Okay.
And then a few or a couple.
Well, you can't watch a new movie.
Well, don't worry. He's gonna give some new movies.
You want to talk.
Oh, God damn it.
You have no room to criticize.
I know it.
Can't believe this.
So yeah, I meant to bring up Filth last week. A James McAvoy movie, starring lead role who plays a detective in jolly old England. Directed by John S. Baird. Name looks familiar. And he is a addict, junkie cop who is suffering from like bipolar disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a case of a murdered like a hate crime happens in the very beginning of the movie against an Asian person, and he is trying to find the people who did it and the witness that saw it throughout the whole movie. And he is like a scumbag this entire movie.
Okay.
He's doing drugs left and right. He is he's not committing adultery, but he is involved in an affair with one of his partner's wives.
Oh, interesting.
Or one of his co-detectives'
So it's
wives.
like True Detective.
Yeah, kind of. Just like it, actually.
Yeah.
This guy is a piece of shit.
So James McAvoy stars along with Jamie Bell. Imogen Poots is in this. And Jim Broadbent and some other familiar faces. And this was ended up being a pretty entertaining movie. It has it was released in 2013, and it has a style. It's not gritty, but it's like it has like this dreamy sort of glowy filter attached to it, like visually, and it's kind of the time and like a desaturated look to it.
Yeah, I can imagine that in my head.
And it was like a kind of a dark comedy. It's like if Hot Fuzz wasn't as witty and more filthy, as an apt title.
Okay.
Filth. I gave this a 4 out of 5 because there's kind of a reveal in the third act of the movie, which you're kind of teetering throughout the movie. It's like, is this what's going to happen? Is this what's happening right now? Mm-hmm. And then it is revealed, and it's like, it's still a little bit shocking to see what happens. And then the ending is also kind of a shock ending, a little bit ambiguous as well. Mm-hmm. And James McAvoy is like whole hog, full commitment into this role.
Whole hog? I've never heard of that before.
Pete says it all the time.
Yeah.
Where do you think I got it from?
Yeah.
I learned it from you.
Break the cycle, Joseph.
So yeah, that's streaming on Peacock and Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And Pluto TV as well.
Okay.
Worth a watch. I did a rewatch. My first rewatch of the week was a 2004 romantic comedy starring Ben Stiller and Philip Seymour Hoffman and Jennifer Aniston. Along Came Polly.
Oh yeah.
Streaming on Netflix.
I haven't seen that one in a while.
Yeah, and I was kind of multitasking, so I just wanted to put something on because I don't like to work in a silent room. And I've seen it before, but not in a long time. And so I watched it, rewatched it, and it still kind of holds up in terms of the comedy. Philip Seymour Hoffman is hilarious
So fucking
in this
good.
movie. Let it rain.
Aren't you the guy from Crocodile Tears?
Yeah. He's like a former child actor who was in one movie and he gets recognized like once in a while. And Ben Stiller plays he works for an insurance company, and the subplot of this movie is that he's trying to insure the owner of this company, who is a daredevil basically.
It's like Richard Branson stand-in.
He's base jumping, he's swimming with sharks, he's doing all this. He's an uninsurable person.
Yeah, very dangerous.
And
shit,
so
yeah.
Ben Stiller, is a risk analyst and is trying to get this man insured.
Yeah.
And that's the B plot of the movie. And Polly, the Polly part of the story is they went to school together, and after Ben Stiller gets married to Deborah Messing on their honeymoon, and she cheats on him with Apu from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
I can't remember that guy's name.
Hank Azaria.
Azaria. He goes back home, and they're not divorced, but they're very much separated. And she stayed back on the honeymoon island they went to with the scuba diver.
Is that Hank Azaria?
That's Hank Azaria.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember him in it.
He's only in the
I
beginning.
can remember his voice though. You must be happy like a hippo.
Yeah. And so he's like kind of on the rebound. He runs into Polly, and
Along came Polly.
yeah, pretty much. And he's got IBS. They eat a lot of ethnic food, and there's a whole toilet shitting scene, and he clogs the toilet with a towel.
Classic.
And that's 2004 comedy for you.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a fun, silly rom-com, and it's entertaining. Streaming it.
John Hamburg wrote and directed this. I don't even know that person.
Yeah, John Hamm.
Oh, John Hamm.
John Hamm. Yep, that's that one. And then I rewatched Big Daddy.
Nice.
I've seen that many times at this point. Somebody get a Happy Meal. One of my favorite lines from that movie. We all know what Big Daddy is.
Yeah.
And it's streaming on Netflix as well.
Starring Cole Sprouse.
Cole and Dylan Sprouse.
Yep.
And I rewatched Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, hell yeah.
Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow, streaming on Amazon.
That's a good
Halloween is here.
And honestly, I feel like it's Burton's peak.
I was just going to say it's in my top 3 Burtons. Big Fish, Sleepy Hollow, and Mars Attacks.
Yeah, that's
Really?
Yeah, those are my top 3.
Sleepy Hollow is very gruesome. It's
Yeah.
I feel like it's the most gruesome of his movies, next to Sweeney Todd. Sweeney
Yeah.
Todd's definitely bloodier.
Yeah.
Just because of the nature of Sweeney Todd. But Sleepy Hollow is definitely like creepier. And
I would say so, yeah.
arguably, probably one of the most disturbing scenes in that movie is Christopher Walken getting his flesh back.
Oh,
when he gets the head back.
Yeah,
and it's
that
just
was-
it's like the reverse Raiders of the Lost Ark scene when
Where he
faces are melting off.
Melting off.
That's so funny.
It's like the reverse version of that, and with more modern CGI, and it looks good. Like that movie came out in 1999, and that scene, like, it holds up. It looks,
Dude,
it looks
99
good.
was such a great year for film. I swear.
Yeah, our old pal John, I can't remember his last name, from 1999, the podcast, co-hosted the show for a week.
Oh yeah, we were both gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was him and Eric.
Yeah. Rewatched the Silent Hill movie from 2006.
Ooh,
And
nice.
Probably one of the best video game movie adaptations.
Silent Hill. Hell yeah.
Because it's
Love it.
Even without the game, without the lore of the game, it's still a very fucking creepy movie.
Yeah.
And one of the only movies where everyone else dies and Sean Bean lives.
That's great.
I didn't even think about that.
Streaming on Hulu and Tubi. It's a really effective, creepy
I like the scene
horror
where
movie.
the person gets their skin twisted off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
And the
Yeah.
barbed wire
Yeah,
church
her-
scene.
Her tick gets turned and just.
basically the same subplot to Paranorman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the tortured soul is wreaking havoc
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
the whole town.
Yeah, because the one girl was essentially bullied for not having a father, and then she gets burned alive.
That's the dumbest thing you could bully someone for.
You don't have a dad?
Oh, look at the orphan. He's stupid.
Loser.
I never understood that stereotype.
She gets burned, and then she's basically taking vengeance upon the town, and it's like a purgatory. It seems like
It's what it feels like, yeah.
because they die. I mean, spoiler alert. They die along with the cop, and then they're like in this stuck zone where it's like all just foggy all the time, and then the tornado sirens go off.
Yeah, that's similar to the suck zone.
Yeah, the dead zone. And then a new watch for me, although I've seen part of this a long time ago. Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead.
Oh yes, I love that movie. So good.
Streaming on Peacock. Starring Sarah Polley, Ving Rhames, Jake Weber, Mekhi Phifer, Ty Burrell of Modern Family fame now.
Actually.
He played a totally opposite character in this movie. He's like a scumbag, almost like he looks like he'd be a coke addict character. Michael Berry, familiar faces, and it has a very gritty kind of 28 Days Later type of look to it, and it's a remake. Obviously, all these people go to the mall to hold up and take
shelter.
Take shelter, and after the zombie virus takes over the world, kind of opening scene of the woman's daughter becoming infected first, attacking the dad. Her whole family gets killed right at the get-go.
That scene is shown in 40-Year-Old Virgin in the store.
Oh, yeah. It is.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's where I saw it.
The 40-year-old
Through
virgin.
40-Year-Old Virgin. And
all good movies are seen that way.
Yeah, it's a very gritty, entertaining movie. Like one of the least CG'd movies directed by Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Least amount of slow motion. I don't think there is even any slow motion.
No, there
in that
isn't.
movie.
No, it's very fast paced. If you're gonna compare it to 28 Days Later, I feel like 28 Days Later should be taken seriously, while Dawn of the Dead is more of like a fun, like you go to like a haunted house.
It's a popcorn movie.
Yeah, popcorn.
Zombie movie. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun concept. I mean, it's after this movie that there was also a bunch of like video games that were like Dead Rising or Dead Island, where it's like you hold up in one spot and like the mall is the place to be.
Left 4 Dead, because
it's a large space with a lot of amenities, a food court and stuff, and a Gap. I don't know.
Plus, there's a lot you can do with the plot.
And depending on the state you're in like a sword store and a bullet store, I get some ammo or weapons. And
this
stuff.
ain't some middle of the mall shit. This is a real sword.
Yeah. if it's the Mall of America, then you're
slides.
You can go on a ride, water park.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dawn of the Dead, very entertaining.
Cool.
Streaming on Peacock,
right.
and then I also watched a movie that you're probably going to bring up.
Yeah, you want to talk about
it? In relation to our movie of the week.
Yeah, we got recommended to watch. You want to go to the 3?
Project Grizzly.
Yeah, Bruce recommended this to us. Old movies himself. He said, if you're gonna watch Grizzly Man, you gotta watch Project Grizzly. It's basically the antithesis of it. Where Project Grizzly or Grizzly Man is about a real life activist who spends time out in the wilderness with these grizzly bears. And Project Grizzly is about an insane northern Canadian guy who's like from a character from Letterkenny that is building a bear-proof attack suit. He spends like decades of his life,
looks like a mech,
hundreds of thousands of dollars to build various versions of this attack suit that he actually goes inside and wants to go accost a bear in
and see if he can survive a bear attack.
Yeah. All right, boys.
I never heard of this.
You're gonna have to pick me up and put me down in that Perry over there because any incline and I'm done for.
I could have sworn that I have seen like a clip of that suit somewhere.
It's heavily inspired. It heavily inspired many scenes from Hot Rod.
Oh, okay.
Because there's this part in Hot Rod where he's turning all the tricks and he's trying to get a bunch of like quick money, and he goes to he wraps himself up with mattresses and stuff, and then they swing a refrigerator at him and it hits him.
Yeah,
they do the same thing in this, except for it's like a log, a full felled log. He takes the log in the face. There's at one point Sorry, I'm going off on this. I know you started this.
No, it's
but
okay.
At one point, he's like, my dad had the idea that we could go down to a biker bar, let them guys get the aggression out on it. And it smash cuts to 4 guys with baseball bats beating the shit out of him in this suit. And he's like, how about it, boys? I can't feel a thing.
Jesus
I know.
Christ.
He takes off the top
Christ,
half
that's
and it hits
funny.
himself with his stick. Like, oh, you got to hit it pretty hard, huh, to break that. I think the sticks are broken. Yeah, it feels like a mockumentary.
It does.
It feels like a Christopher Guest type of movie because the way that it's shot, it looks like set up.
Yeah.
It doesn't look candid. You know, it doesn't look like a day in the life. It looks like they set up lights to do some of these scenes.
Huh.
They definitely produced it in the regards. I think the guy, I mean, he calls himself a conservationist and a scientist, but you never see any
of that.
Conservation or
Nothing.
science.
He's just like, at one point he's talking about how in tune he is with the bears, and he goes to a trash pile that they have on the outskirts of town, and he just sits on the trash pile and waits for a bear to come, and then the bear comes up behind him and he like looks back and he looks at the camera and goes, "You see that? I'm within 15 feet of that bear. We're like in a kinship."
So this is a fictional movie?
No, it's real.
Oh, it's
100%
real?
It feels like it would be a character in like an SNL sketch or a long form
because he's
comedy movie.
That sounds...
He doesn't seem like a real person.
Yeah, his name is Troy Herbitis. Hertubies?
Does he end up dying at the end of the movie?
No.
No, that's
gets-
That's a Grizzly Man.
Spoilers.
Let's see, Troy Hertubies, Canadian inventor and entrepreneur, is on his Wikipedia, and yeah, he's still around. He's still kicking.
Right on.
Oh wait, never mind. He died. 2018.
Rest in peace.
How?
I don't know.
Bear attack?
Yeah,
Cirrhosis of the liver.
Oh,
because he was.
Yeah,
he
this
drank
is
a lot.
It's a drunk.
This is from 1996, so it's not.
Yeah. It's a good looking documentary.
it's-
At some points, it looks like it's just a movie. Like it just looks like a fictional movie. There's some shots, like some long like zooms of them walking in snow. That looks like it would be like they made a movie, like a narrative fictional movie
He died as a result of a vehicle collision.
Oh.
with a bear.
That bear was drunk when he was driving that vehicle. That sucks. That's too bad. I mean, and the what's it called? The suit. It looks like it would probably work for the most part, but he literally can't do shit in it.
I know. Given enough time, the bear will get you.
Yeah, it's like you get knocked onto the ground and the bear can just peel away the top half from the bottom half. But
Yeah, it seems like a very small part in a movie where someone is doing that, trying to like build something impenetrable like that, and then they go and test it out, and they're just demolished immediately.
yeah, it does. It does. And I will say I did not expect this to be very good, and I was fucking dying laughing the whole time. It is so funny. Very much worth a watch.
And
I
he's
think.
just by nature, this dude.
Yeah.
He's just like, that's just how he is.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, but that was streaming on Tubi. Yeah, that's streaming on Tubi. But yeah, Project Grizzly.
You good?
Yep.
All right, cool. So let me look up this one real quick. I just realized I did not log this. So we watched what's it called? Project Grizzly, and afterwards I was recommended to watch another documentary that's also bananas called American Movie from 1999. So American Movie is a story of a filmmaker, Mark Borchardt, and his mission and his dream to spanning over 2 years of an intense struggle with his film, his family, financial decline, and spiritual crisis, making a movie called Northwestern, I believe.
Sounds familiar.
And then he abandoned that movie to make a short horror movie called Coven, which is just spelled Coven, about witches. And he goes, "No, it's Coven."
I've seen this movie.
Have you?
Yeah.
And this is not nearly as good as Project Grizzly. Project Grizzly has an insane real life character in Troy. This guy Mark he's pretty bonkers as well. Not quite on the same level. He's a lot more, if you can believe it, he's even more delusional than the guy building the bear suit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, those
Fully delusional.
Those two guys they're just weirdos.
Yeah, and then he has
really weird guys.
And then he has his friend Mike, Mike Shank, who is an absolute like Horatio Sands Saturday Night Live character. And he's they're trying to make this movie, and to his credit, he does it. He goes out and he makes the movies. He's been making little short movies in his backyard with his friends since he was 10 years old. He's in outside of Milwaukee. So it's very much like that type of awkward, are they making fun of the local people comedy that like Fargo is very much on display in this movie, because every situation it's like, hey boys, I won $40 on a scratcher. What should we do with it? Well, I guess we can all get drunk. All right, let's do that. And you're like, that's just their normal conversation on a Thursday night. And most of it, when they're focusing on the movie making and all of the hectic nature of what they're trying to do, and the fact that none of them really have the skills to do it, that's the really interesting stuff, because just watching them do that and then their natural character shining through is really interesting. They spend quite a bit of time on like his personal life and his relationship with his kids and that sort of thing. And I think that less of that is interesting and like entertaining. It's more sad because you realize that he is kind of a piece of shit. And so anyways, if you're into movies, if you're into low budget movies, indie movies, if you ever thought about making one yourself, watch this, because it's really kind of not eye-opening in the way that like you should watch this to make sure you're not doing these sort of things.
No, it's just kind of like an interesting like take on like a certain culture that you may not be
correct. Yeah,
may not be familiar with, because like the people in the movie, they do not look like people that you would interact with like on the day-to-day life.
Yeah.
And the mannerisms and like the way they talk, and like you were saying, like, oh, I just won $40 off a scratcher. Like,
yeah, so part of it's like you feel kind of bad, because it's like, well, when are you making fun of this whole population of the world out there, just because they talk different than us on the coast or whatever. But that's really not it. That is just that's the flavor of the meal. The actual substance of the meal is that they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they're
just trying.
He's talking about delusions of grandeur, like how this could be my break into Hollywood, and it's like it ain't anywhere near that. Like he goes to his friend and goes, "Mark, you watch a lot of movies, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I suppose I watch a fair amount of movies." He goes, "So you know about the cinematography, shot composition, things like that. You know what Dutch angle is?" He goes, I could work camera." He goes, "All right, you're gonna be the DP. Let's go." And it's like that's the process for the movie.
Oh man, I haven't seen this movie
I don't speak
in
Italian.
ages.
Exactly. Third most.
That's what I said. So this is streaming on Amazon Prime, Roku, and Tubi. Worth a watch. American movie from 1999.
I've seen these dudes before.
Yeah.
I've probably seen clips from this movie.
I've seen the poster, and the guy, Mark Borchard, he actually made it into a few movies. Like he was in Cabin Fever 2 or something, right? Like Cabin Fever 2, The One, the Jet Li movie. He was in the faith-based movie. So he never made it, but at least he'd been in some actual projects. So
he's got 4 upcoming projects.
He's not somebody you want to root for, in my opinion.
Probably not.
Yeah, doesn't seem like a great guy. I'm not going to spend much time on it, but while my cousin Jeremy was in town, I showed him Miami Connection.
Oh, nice.
He loves bad movies, and I said, if you've never seen this, you gotta. It's so delightful, and it's streaming everywhere now. So go back and listen to our previous episode on Miami Connection. It's streaming on Fandor, Freevee, Hoopla, Plex, and Roku right now. Yeah, such a lightning in a bottle movie. 2 independent, really weird, off the beaten path movies that I watched that are more weird than good, but I think they're worth giving a shot if it sounds like it's up your alley. First one's called Manfish.
Manfish.
All one word, Manfish. 2022. This is British of some sort.
It's British.
It's either like Ireland, Great British, England, Scotland, somewhere around there.
It's across
one of the islands.
It's one
of the wet, like overcast nature all the time, and it's like it takes place in like off a small fishing village on a coast.
Okay.
And it's streaming on AMC Plus, Hoopla, Distro TV, and Shudder and Roku.
Distro TV.
I'm just going to read the plot. When a humanoid sea creature washes up in Terry's bleak life, they quickly develop feelings for each other.
Splash.
But can man love fish? And will Terry's older criminal brother get his hands on the creature before Terry can decide how he feels?
So it's Splash.
Kind of, except for the creature is like a guy in a fish suit. Like he's got like a leather like alien sort of creature garb.
Yeah.
But the head is like a green fish head with like big black eyes on the top and like
Is it practical?
practical. It's like a rubber mask and like
my
rubber fish
God.
hands.
It's not like old
That's
Greg.
so funny.
No, it's like a it looks like a SpongeBob like side character. Like it's a fish head on like a humanoid body.
Okay.
Oh.
And he doesn't speak English, the fish man.
How can he
And
breathe that? I guess he's hybrid.
I don't know.
How can he breathe out of water?
So the movie's really fucking bananas. It's really bonkers. So, you know, if you're looking for something goofy that Manfish, yeah, from 2022. And if you it's super weird.
Manfish.
But yeah, so check that out. Only 501 people have viewed it on Letterboxd. So it's
500.
It only has 176 ratings.
yeah, it's super small. And it's actually, I mean, for such a small production, it's pretty good.
Okay.
The next one is from 2018. It's called Dead Detectives. Like detectives? But
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Dead Detectives.
Detectives.
Dead Detectives. And this is another really underseen one. It's got 2,400 views logged on Letterboxd from 2018. A team of reality TV paranormal investigators go to Mexico's most haunted house in the pursuit of better ratings. However, when the true dark secrets of the mansion begin to reveal themselves, the hapless team quickly discovers that this house is no hoax. With zero genuine ghost hunting experience, they have to figure out how to stop the ghosts and escape the house with their lives.
Stop the ghosts from doing what?
And killing them.
Ghosts can kill people? No.
In Dead Detectives, they can.
Oh my God.
So this is pretty much like the plot of Deadstream,
Oh, okay.
except for instead of one guy doing it himself on like handy cams and like whatever, it's a group of people. Yo, what's up, Bruce? Bruce in the chat.
Bruce.
Bruce.
Welcome, Bruce.
We just got done talking about Project Grizzly and American Movie, so both good recommendations.
Definitely.
Project Grizzly way better in my opinion than American Movie, but
I mean, like, what do ghosts have to do with, like, why would they want to kill humans?
why are they here in the first place?
Good point.
Yeah, who knows?
They want to enact revenge
Yeah, exactly.
Against unknown people?
against
The people that are in their space. It's like a shark. You go in the water where the shark lives and he just bites you. You're in the house and the guy's haunting the house.
I mean, me not suspending my disbelief for like possession movies. It's like, so this demon's gonna take possession of this person to do what? For what goal?
To be a dickhead.
To what end is this?
To what end? Like they want to what? They want to take over the world? And what? And live in misery?
Yeah.
They're-
Live in Ohio.
They already live in misery.
Yeah.
They want everybody else to live in misery?
Yeah.
Why is their problem my problem?
Maybe they just
Because
want
they're dickheads.
Maybe they just want to fuck.
Why don't you just
I
let
don't
them be
know.
possessed?
So, Dead Detectives 2018, streaming on Shudder, AMC Plus, and Hoopla. This is really fun. Really, really fun.
Detectives?
Dead Detectives, yeah.
All right.
The tagline is fake hunters, real ghosts, complete dicks.
Is there like a found footage?
No, it's
Oh, okay.
there's some shots where you can kind of see their camera footage, but they're all it's basically like if Zach Baggins and the
I was about to ask.
Ghost Adventure crew
Yeah.
were to actually go into a haunted house. Some again similar to like Gone Jam Haunted Asylum, except for that's like hardcore, scary, terrifying. Where this is a horror comedy. This
Yeah.
is more in line with the vibe of Deadstream. The energy level is not nearly as high. Deadstream is a really tough one to beat in the genre. I feel like it's sitting on the top of the stack right there. So this is probably like 3.5 star movie. I'd say. You know, some people might say it's 3 because it is a low budget, but for what they have, they made I think the best with it. So it's pretty damn good.
Grave Encounters is another one.
Yeah, Grave Encounters.
That one's actually pretty good. And it's a little bit more serious.
I've only seen some clips of it. I haven't seen the whole thing.
Yeah, Grave Encounters I remember being actually pretty good.
You streamed that, right?
I might have a while ago. It's on Pluto, I think.
Oh, okay. So Dead Detectives, yeah, super super fun. Worth a watch. Next one and my last streaming pick is a serious movie that hit Netflix just recently, starring Rachel Sennott. It's called I Used to Be Funny. This is a 2023 release. It's now streaming on Netflix, though, and it's about a stand-up comedian named Sam, like Samantha, and she's a young stand-up comedian and an au pair struggling with PTSD. who is weighing whether or not to join the search for Brooke, a missing girl that she used to be the nanny for. So the story in this is heavy. It's a
Sounds heavy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But it's pretty fun for that subject matter.
Is it played lightheartedly or?
Yeah, I mean, it's Rachel Sennott, so she's got an interesting tone. She was in Shiva Baby. She was in Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. She was in
Bottoms.
Bottoms, yeah, that's the other one. Bottoms, Bottoms, Bottoms. And so she's playing a stand-up comedian, so there's a lot, and she's friends with stand-up comedians. The side characters are fun. She's constantly at open mics and stuff, or back and forth between open mics. But they're kind of dancing around like what happened because she used to be funny and she hasn't been able to get on stage in a while and she's dealing with this PTSD. And the way it plays out is pretty good. It's not like you're looking for a twist or anything, but it's just kind of like the story tells a very specific story in a way that's just not like, oh, this happened and then now you're having problems because of it. She's got the girl that she was the nanny for who's been missing and how much she has to do with it or whatever. So there's some pretty interesting stuff here. I don't think it always worked, but I think it's worth a watch. So this might be something that's got some sexual assault trigger warnings for certain people. 2023, it's called I Used to Be Funny. And again, this is streaming on Netflix.
All right.
Yeah, so Rachel Sennott doing big things. Love her.
Nice.
She's really good. Anything else, fellas?
Yes, I actually do have one more point I want to point out about the movie The Conspiracy that I mentioned earlier in the show.
Here we go. All right.
Yeah.
It's filmed much like Creep.
Okay.
Oh.
It's not as just the way that it's filmed, documentary like.
Found
Oh, yeah.
found
Yeah.
footage.
Yeah, so it's filmed like that.
You
and
said that, though.
You said it was a mockumentary, so yeah.
Documentary.
well, yeah, but the thought popped up in my head because I compared this movie to Creep like while I was watching it, and I was thinking to myself, man, they did that so much better than what this movie is doing right now. So definitely check out Creep. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere, but
He's coming out with like a series.
Yeah.
They are?
Yeah, Creep series.
It's the Creep tapes. Because you know how he has all those tapes of all the other victims?
Yeah.
This is gonna be like an anthology show.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is great news to me. Anyways, that's how I just wanted to mention that because it just popped in my head when we were talking about American movie. I was like, oh yeah, Creep.
Okay, cool. All right. Anything else, Joseph?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. So thank you to our cool ass yard duties over on Patreon. That is Javier, Heather, Michael, Stephen, and Chris. And if you want to support us, you can do so over at patreon.com/middleclassfilmclass, or even better, just share this YouTube link. And if you're not watching or listening to this on the YouTube, please do so. That helps us out a lot.
Please.
Yeah, that is our goal right now. Get some more watch hours, get the subscriber count up. And again, since we're talking about that, we're going to be doing a giveaway here pretty soon with a bunch of this stuff. Some physical media here, some Steelbooks, some 4Ks, some Blu-rays, box set of the Planet of the Apes trilogy, the Matt Reeves trilogy, and some mystery grab bags, which are 3 mystery DVDs for runners-up. So I'm going to start putting some posts out there and setting up the rules here pretty soon. So just follow us on Twitter. We'll give the socials here in a second. Until next time. Thank you for joining us as we Gab Chatter. Follow us in a few minutes if you're on the stream, and a few days if you're watching this later, as we review Grizzly Man from listener Dallas. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/middleclassfilmclass, and send us an email, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on Instagram at middleclassfilmclass. And please, please, please reach out to us on our voicemail at 209-730-6010.
And follow us on Twitter at Podcast MCFC and on TikTok at Middle Class Film Class.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
See ya.